it's your girl Jay, and welcome to Daily Dose Music Wonder Edition number 3. So this is actually gonna be a low-key throwback episode because while I'm doing a couple new releases and talking about a couple new releases today, since I haven't done one of these in a long time, there's actually a lot of older releases that I wanted to talk about that I never got a chance. So let's start off with JYP's new girl group Twice's 우아하게.
Let me see how you gonna treat me. Ain't no easy, but think about it twice. Let me see how you gonna treat me. Ain't no easy.
So Twice, JYP's new girl group, was a girl group that was formed on the reality show 16. I did watch 16. I did have a couple favorites from 16, some who made it, some who didn't make it, but now Twice has finally debuted with their debut album and with their lead single and music video for 우아하게. So first off, let's talk about the music video. It had a zombie theme, which was everything. I thought it was cute. I don't know if they were doing it because it was October, which was a Halloween thing, so scary, but I thought it was so adorable. Yes, I know they're not the first one to do the zombie theme, but I thought it was a cute, fun, fresh theme for them to do for their debut album, so I freaking loved that. I like the fact that it was kind of rock, there was kind of EDM breakdown. They were really experimental with Twice's sound for the lead single, and it really ended up paying off because not only was it unique sounding, but it was really catchy. I also really liked their military combat outfits. I thought they looked so great. Momo with her mesh bikini thingy, slay girl, slay, because listen, ain't nobody gonna take you down. And although I came into this Twice thing being very Nayeon biased, Sana really won me over. Well, Momo did with her breakdown in the music video, but Sana really won me over. She was so adorable, and the little puka buns they gave her were freaking adorable. So now moving on to the album. So what really surprised me the most, I guess, about this album is that 3 of the songs on the album were actually songs that they debuted in the 16 show, but I guess this is a final version in the sense that now it's being sung by official Twice members. So those 3 songs were Do It Again, I'm Going Crazy, and Truth. So I did not like Truth when it was on 16, and I still really think that Truth is a weird song, even though they I guess they added some stuff to it or really, mixed it better. Truth, it still sounds unfinished to me. So I didn't really like that they added that song and went ahead with that song. But another thing that I didn't like is that, like I said, a lot of these songs were premiered on 16, so we heard them before. So if they had 3 songs that we already heard before, I really would have liked the album to be a bit longer, just because, I want to hear new material from these girls. This is their debut, and, if it's going to be an album, I want to hear new stuff. That being said, I am really happy that I'm Going Crazy made the cut because I really liked how it sounded, and I really thought it was a nice song when they performed it on 16, and even now, it's one of my favorite songs and one of the ones I listen to the most from the album. So last but not least, I just wanted to tell you my top 3 choices from the album, which had to be 우아하게, the title track, because that song's just really good. Like I mentioned before, I'm Going Crazy, love that song, R&B feel, awesome. And Candy Boy, which really surprised me, it was a very funky, almost I don't want to say reggae, but I don't know, it just had a really good feel. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to both Jihyo and Nayeon because they seem to really hold down the vocals for the rest of the members. Twice, that's one of their weak points, is the vocals. They only have 2 or 3 really strong vocalists, but I think Nayeon and Jihyo do a really nice job, filling out Twice's sound. Moving on to my aesthetic babies, FX with 4 Walls.
Love is for walls. 너로 채운 mirror, mirror. Love is for walls. 신비로운 mirror, mirror.
So let me just start this off by saying FX is so freaking beautiful, it hurts. They were serving just so much visuals and the MV, and when they promoted it, oh my god, they're literally every single one of them is stunning. So Just needed to put that out there. So let's first talk about the MV and title track 4 Walls. Now off the bat, have to talk about how a lot of people were saying that this was like a female version of View, which I kind of got, but also both of them are the same type of genre of music. So I feel like rather than being versions of each other, I feel like it's just that's how that genre sounds. And also, as much as I like View, I actually have to say that I think I liked 4 Walls better. The vocals were just really soft and beautifully done, and they were just more my style. Once again, in the music video, FX was beautiful. It was just aesthetic goodness. They were just walking around and I was still being slayed. And one of the things when I first heard the song, because I first heard the song and then I watched the music video, and the music video has no dancing in it, of course, so I was really excited to see what the dance looked like, and so I got to see that when they performed it live, and of course it was just like voguing, and it was very just cool. Like, they're very cool and it's effortless, and FX, they're just like in a lane of their own because they just are so individual. Like they're such individuals, even within the group they're such individuals, but when it comes to other K-pop groups, I feel like they really have a solid feel to them, and it's just like, that's FX. Like when you see them, that's FX. The album was really good too. I had a lot of songs that I liked from that album. I don't know if it's quite reboot level for me, but there was a good amount of songs. And I noticed that as good as Luna is a singer, Crystal has actually a lot to do with like FX's overall sound. I noticed, well, I think a bit, I might have got her her voice mixed up with Victoria's voice a bit, but I feel like she sang a lot, and like because the color of her voice is so unique, it adds a uniqueness to FX's overall sound. Now, one of the other things that I heard people saying that is just as good as Pink Tape, which is one of the best FX albums. I don't know if I can say that quite yet, because Pink Tape had both Airplanes and Goodbye Summer in it, which are like 2 of my favorite FX songs ever, but it's definitely like really up there. So I would give you a top 3, but honestly, I have to give you a top 5 for my favorite songs: Glitter, Poppy, Rude Love. 4 Walls, of course, Traveler, I like that one too, and Diamonds, I like that one. Literally so many good songs on this album, you should really check it out. Moving on to the next video and comeback, we're discussing IU's 23. So first of all, let's talk about the music video and the title track, 23, Standing Ovation. I thought IU did a really good job with the themes of duality in 23, and the whole idea that, you know, she's perceived one way, but she wants to be perceived another way, but, you know, people perceive her another way, and the whole like kind of nod to her haters with the line about she's a bear pretending to be a fox, pretending to be a bear. I really related with them in a sense because me and IU are around the same age, so the idea of like trying to struggle with your identity, like being a child but also being a grown-up, I feel like I really connected with that, and that's one of the reasons why 23, the song, is actually one of my favorite songs on this album. But I don't know, I just really think that as an artist, IU's really stepping into her own. It's really cool that she was able to convey, you know, this kind of inner struggle she had with herself and her image and how people perceived her. Like, it was just really cool. I really liked it. So my top songs from her album Chatshire would have to probably be 23, The Shower, New Shoes, and Zay Zay. Moving on, Vixx's Chained Up.
손을 들어 난 freeze, I'm on down. 날 차갑게 내줘도 괜찮아. 떠날 수 없어. Chained up, chained up. 무릎 꿇어 난 freeze, I'm on down.
If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you probably know I'm not really that into Vixx. I haven't really been able to fully get into them. Nothing by them has really caught my eye. But due to all the hype coming around their comeback and a lot of my friends suggesting that I check it out, I really wanted to see if I could get into Vixx and kind of see what all the hubbub was about with this album. So let's start with the music video and title track Chained Up. Totally love it. I thought it was a really awesome, like, pop, I don't know what it is, like, it was a really good pop song. In the beginning with like the hard hits and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is about to be something, this is about to be really dark, about to be really gritty and stuff like that. But then in the chorus, it like becomes a bit lighter, and I just like how like the na 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 na. It's super super catchy. And Hangbin, call me bae, cause you fine. Also, I don't know who it was, but in the very beginning of the music video, some young man is walking, and this guy has swag for days. He looked so fine, and that was only the back of him. So if Vixx fans want to point me out which one that was. So another thing I was curious about was, title tracks are title tracks, but I was interested to see how the rest of the album sounded and what Vixx sound was. And I was really, really impressed. 2 songs off the bat that really stuck out to me was Hot Enough. It was such a good R&B song, and it just, it's such a like sexy R&B song. And I think it's Leo who sings the Hot Enough. Oh my gosh, his voice sounds amazing. Like, there are some really talented singers in Vixx, y'all, and I don't know why I've been sleeping on them, because that group is very talented. And Hot Enough was, I played that way more than Chained Up. That's probably my standout for the whole entire album. But I also really enjoyed Maze as well. So last but not least, the Double B and the boys are back. No, just kidding. iKon has come back for the part 2 of their debut album with a double title track, Anthem and Apology.
볼륨을 높여 창문을 올려 미간을 좁히고 원성을 높여 이게 우리겐 또 이리 오너라 이리 오너라.
So off the bat, I was kind of when I found out that Anthem was going to be a Bobby and B.I. track. If you guys heard me review the first part of iKon's album, one of my biggest pet peeves was the stress and the spotlight, the amount of spotlight they were putting on Bobby and B.I., because I thought it was very unfair, seeing as Bobby and B.I. are already the 2 most known members, and you're just solidifying that the other ones are going to be really behind in popularity and exposure by just giving them all this, time and spotlight. So I thought it was a bit weird that already they're doing subunits within iKon. In my opinion, this B.I. Bobby thing is like their version of GDTOP, but even GDTOP took a while before they made that subunit. So I was very skeptical, and I really disliked the idea that YG was already putting them out as a duo. But then when I found out Apology was going to be all of them, I kind of was like, okay, but I was kind of still bitter. But then I heard Anthem, and I was like, this is a freaking jam. Sign me the freak up. Like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for iKon. Like, I was like so underwhelmed by their first part of their debut album. I actually liked Welcome Back a lot, and I actually liked it to the point that I wish that was their title track, because especially with the fact that the album's called Welcome Back, I just thought it was a really nice bright sound. And I was so about My Type. It wasn't like a crazy jam, but I did really like it. And Airplanes was so. I did not like Rhythm Tall. But Anthem, yo, that is a freaking jam. That was dope. As for Apology, I'm kind of torn because it was very Big Bang sounding. And I know this track was not written by B.I., which the other ones were. This was by Teddy, so that kind of makes sense. But I don't want iKon to be a second Big Bang. I want them to have their own individual sound. That being said, Apology's not bad. It just doesn't show me who iKon is at all, in a sense, I guess. I mean, they have some really interesting vocal colors in that group. Besides that, I could really swap out the members for I want to have a clear difference between Big Bang and iKon. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, make more songs like Anthem, because that song is really good. So that's it for this episode of Music Mondays. Tell me what you think about the music videos and albums I discussed down below. And if you have anything you want me to talk about on next Music Monday or check out, make sure you tell me down below, and it might be on the next episode of Music Monday. See you guys next time. Bye.